All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I've said this so many times, and I know you recognize it every time that I say it, but do you really take it in and really hear when I say it? The only thing that we have left in this world is our survival. Okay? Our survival. Forget about everything else. People will tell you about voting and getting together, and if it was 1,000 more people that voted, Trump wouldn't have won. Listen, don't you know by now that they do what they want to do? Do you understand that voting doesn't mean a damn thing? Who they want to be president will be president. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. Even when Obama became president, it was for a reason. And that reason was because nobody white wanted to be responsible for legalizing gay marriage. But Obama said, hey, I'll do it. Thus, him becoming president. But did anything change for black people when Obama became president? No. Did things get better when Obama was president for black people? No. So that right there should have told you that, okay, I understand now. I understand the game. I recognize the game. I accept it for what it is. And I know the only thing that I have in this world left is my survival. That's what you need to focus on. You understand? It's a lot of people that's hurting out there right now because they are not or haven't been focusing on their survival. They didn't prepare for it. Now they're on the street. And you're going to see a lot more people that's going to be homeless and hungry and on the street. And a lot of them is going to be these YouTubers that's depending on AdSense 100%. AdSense is not a job. It never was. They can cut you loose right now. Ain't a damn thing that you can do about it. You can't sue. You can't hire a lawyer and say, oh, you know what, they cut me loose. And I think because, racism or this or that. A lawyer will tell you, listen, that's something that we can't win. Let it go. Get you a job. That's what you need to be focusing on. Not AdSense. But so many people are depending on AdSense. Now, watch what happens now. I've been saying it over and over again. Because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. When it happens now, there's so many more people that's investing in it now that it's going to hit even worse. Because there are so many people that's invested in AdSense 100%. They have quit their jobs. They don't work any other jobs. Completely dependent on that. And when they cut them loose, then what are they going to do? Oh, they think that they can just go out and get a job just like that and start paying their bills? Nah, that's not going to happen. They're going to be hurting. They're going to hurt severely because they didn't listen, because they didn't want to inject something called wisdom and common sense. That's all it takes. The only thing that we have in this world left is survival. I'm telling you, start storing canned goods, non-perishables, food, water, medical supplies, weapons. For years, I've been saying this. And I hope that a lot of you have been listening and been doing just that. Because if you haven't, I'm telling you, you are way behind already. Way behind. The grocery stores are not going to last. Here's what's exactly is going to happen to the grocery stores. The prices are going to be so high that the people will literally be walking in the grocery store and taking what they want because they can't afford to buy it. You understand? It'll be so many people that will be doing that. You can't catch them all. The police will be overwhelmed. They'll start telling the grocery stores, listen, just write it off. Because there's no way that we can chase all these people. There's no way that we can, we're already overwhelmed with other more important things that we're dealing with. So they'll tell them that, listen, you are on your own. You're going to have to figure something out. And what they're going to figure out is they're going to close the grocery stores down. That's what they're going to do. And when that happens, that's fatal mode right there. That's when you should already have your canned goods, your water, medical supplies, and weapons. You should be thinking about security right at that moment. When the grocery stores close down, that's when you should go into plan A. You understand? Start fortifying your dwelling, because people without that didn't store up food and water will be looking to take yours. You understand? That's what the weapons are for. And making sure that your home or your place of dwelling is fortified. You have to be ready for any threat. And I can guarantee you the threat will come to your doorstep. Because people will be hungry and thirsty. You understand? And they will try you. Because they will be that desperate. People that don't even have, that sort of demeanor will adapt to that demeanor because they won't have a choice. You understand? So heed my words. Heed my words. Don't be like these other people, man. You understand? These people are living a fantasy, especially these people that are so addicted to social media, man, and trying to make money off AdSense. They think that's the answer. They think that is the end all be all. No, it's not, man. No, it's not. It's not a job. It's not a job. They will be cutting that off for everyone except the celebrities. I've been trying to warn people about this, man. Just because they haven't did it already doesn't mean that they're not going to do it. They have their own timetable, and they have their own reasons why they haven't cut it off yet. But once they do, it's done. Then what are you going to do? It's not like you can just rush out and get a job just like that, You'll have 10,000 people trying to get a job at McDonald's, man. They'll be fighting over an application for a fast food joint. Anything. It'll be chaos out there. Mark my words, man. Mark my words. This war that you've been hearing about, this is one of many. Listen, don't concern yourself with that. Don't worry yourself with that and have your nerves all messed up, This is just one of many things that will happen that you cannot stop. You understand? Don't worry about the things, man, that you can't, that you can't have a say-so over, Just like the voting and the presidency and government. Don't concern yourself with that. Because they're going to do exactly what they want to do. You understand? They have been doing it. You have seen it play out time and time again. But people still talking about, go out and vote. And if we had 2,000 more people in this state, Trump wouldn't have won. Man, get the hell up out of here with that shit, man. They do what they want to do. They don't go by no damn voting. The people that run this world, you don't see them. Trump has no power at all. Trump has no power. The people that you see on TV every day are the people that are to blame. That's all. That's all it is. So when something bad happens and something don't go right, blame Trump, blame the vice president, blame Pam Bondi, all these faces that we see. They are paid to take the abuse and hide the faces of the real people that actually run this country. You understand? They call the shots. And really, we don't know exactly who they are. We can speculate, we can guess. Maybe one or two names might be right, might be wrong. We really don't know. Don't worry yourself with that, man. Worry about survival. You understand? Worry about survival and making sure that you have food and that you have water and medical supplies and weapons. You have to get with your family members. Listen, forget about the quarrels, the 10 and 20-year quarrels, and not talking to auntie so-and-so and uncle so-and-so. Listen, make amends, because this is more important, survival. And start planning. Getting together. Two heads are better than one. Make plans about exactly what to do at each point in time that this happens and that happens. Such as, for example, when the grocery stores close down, you know that's fatal. You know then, listen, we need to worry about security. We need to go into plan A immediately, right now. You need to drill this and be ready. Have your supplies on hand ready. Not to go out and get them when it happens, because then, that's no good. It's not going to happen then. You have to get it way before time and be prepared and be ready for it. So when it happens, guess what? You prepared and you ready. Because I'm telling you, those grocery stores will close down. All stores, all places where you buy food, and those places will be the first places that go down, because they're going to be overwhelmed. Because, like I said, people will be so desperate because the prices are going to go so high that people will be desperate enough to just say, you know what? I can't pay for this bread. I'm going to take that bread. And I'm telling you the truth. Hunger will change the demeanor of even a easygoing person, a soft-spoken person, a non-violent person, and make them into a violent person. They'll go in that grocery store and take what they want to. Imagine 20, 30 people doing this. They can't stop them. And as for calling the police will be overwhelmed. They'll tell them, listen, it's nothing we can do. You're going to have to handle this on your own. Just shut down the grocery store. That's what they'll tell them. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They'll have chains on the fucking door. I'm telling you, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to board up the windows. America is about to look like a third world country. I'm telling you. It's about to fall. We're so close to it that it's not even funny. People have been talking about this for years, and, and I was one of them years ago. I thought that it'll never get that bad because, they always have a plan in place. Well, the government's plan in place, yeah. They'll have a plan eventually after so many people die. But you're not going to like their plan. This is when prophecy, and a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, but this is when prophecy is going to come to life. And people will then understand that, you know what, those words were true, were 100% true. They're going to come up with a plan that's going to put limits to everyone's food rations. They're going to ration food out. But in order to be able to get those rations, guess what? You're going to have to wear a certain mark, a certain device. The Bible talks about it. Again, there are people that don't believe in the Bible. Hey, that's fine. You don't have to, but it believes in you. And I always tell the non-believers this right here. Listen, what if you're wrong? See, the stakes are so high with this. If you're wrong, by then it's already too late and you're dead. You're done. You understand? There is no, well, I thought it was a fairy tale and I didn't think it was true and it was so much information and it did. No, it won't be nothing to say. It won't be no excuse. So you need to think about that one. The stakes are way too high to be betting on your life with that. You understand? And you don't have to listen. That's fine. But there are people that's really listening, that's taking it in. Those are the ones that I'm talking to. Those are the ones that will get prepared and be able to survive. And even then, I have to tell you, because I'm not going to lie to you, even with being prepared, there are some people that will still perish because of all the desperation that's going to be out here. You understand? Constant threats coming at your door, trying to get your food and your water because they didn't prepare. You understand? Bad times, man. Bad times, bad times, bad times. The times that we're going through right now at the present moment, you're gonna wish for these times. You're gonna wish for these times. It hasn't even started yet. We're at the tip of the beginning. It's so close and it's almost ready. And people are still not believing. Still not believing. Study buying unnecessary things when you need to be saving money. Half the things that people buy, they don't even need, man. You have to just concentrate and focus on the bare minimums now. Because you are one of the ones, if you want to be prepared, that is, you would be one of the ones that understand that something is coming and you have to prepare for it. So buying, these unnecessary things is a no-no, man. For years, I've told people this, especially when it comes to entertainment and, you have had enough entertainment in your life already up to this point to last you for a lifetime. I'm not saying that you can't have any entertaining moments thereafter or hereafter, but you need to put a limitation on it. You understand? Because there's something big coming that cannot be stopped. I mean, it's nothing that you can do. It's nothing that I can do. It's nothing that the government can do. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. See, and that's another thing about the government. They know what's coming. They have always known. In fact, they're going to usher it in. Now, I will say this. There are people that work for the government that are just like us, unknowing. Don't know a damn thing. Because they're not one of the ones that the powers that be want to know what's going on. And again, people like Trump and the people that you see on TV every day. They are there to just take the blame. There are people that's unseen that's running the show. You understand? So when they want the military over here, over there, when they want war started, it starts. And then we blame Trump or whoever the president is. Well, if he would, no, he didn't have a say so at all. I'm not taking up for Trump, you know, I'm not, but I'm trying to get you to understand the real deal so you know how the game is being played. They want you to think that it's Trump. They want you to think that it's all these people that you see constantly in the limelight. But it's the ones that you don't see in the limelight that's actually to blame, that's actually running the show. If you don't know that by now, I don't know what to tell you. I really, really don't. Um, supplies, man. Focus on that, please. At least the food and the water. You understand? Because you don't want to be one of these desperate people that's going to be hitting these grocery stores. And it's going to happen so fast, and so quickly that, I mean, one day it's going to be like today, and then the next day, the grocery store is going to be closed down. It's going to be just that quick. You hear about it on the news, and it's going to start with one grocery store. That's all, just one. And the idea is going to spread like wildfire. The desperation will spread, and people will have that idea. Listen, I'm going to get me some food. If you ain't already got it by then, you're going to be short. Now, by the time the government gets around to implementing their evil ass plan that people think there's going to be some kind of genius plan, that people think there's going to be actual help, tens of thousands of people would have already died. You understand? Yeah. And see, by that time, people will be so desperate, hell, they'll do anything. They'll take any mark. They'll what? Just to eat? And they're going to give them this? You're not going to have to work with it. Listen, all this will be given to you, but it'll be rationed out, and it'll be a limitation on it. Every 30 days, every 2 months, And if you go over that limit, you short. That's all. You short. It's so close that it's just, I wish you could understand how close it is, Now, time is speeding up. 2 years ago, it was slowly speeding up. You could feel it here and there, and like, oh man, time went by pretty quick. Now it's almost like it's every day now. The other day I looked at the clock. It was exactly 3:00 in the afternoon, and I remember, I turned my head and I did something. I think I was putting some clothes in the washing machine, or something like that, and turned my head back, and it was 3:30. I'm like, no, ain't no way. I just looked at the clock. It was 3:00, and it felt like it was 5 minutes, and now it's 3:30. That says a lot right there. And I know you feel it too. I know a lot of people feel the same thing too. Time is speeding up now. You understand? It's on the fast track. That's for a reason also too. So we have to pay attention to these signs, and very close attention to it. Stop putting all your focus on these celebrities and social media because it has hooked people so much now that, the other day I went to buy a sandwich. It used to be one of my favorite places. Okay. And, I noticed that the food changed. And I got a pretty good idea of one of the reasons why the food is changing, because they're not cooking it properly. They're not cooking it long enough. You know why? Because these young people, and even some older people also too, when they work these jobs, they really don't want to work the job in the first place. But their focus is on social media so badly that they want to hurry up and do that work so they can pick up their phone and get back to social media while they're on the job. They're not caring about the job anymore. Just enough to get by so I can get that check. But while I'm working, I'm going to be on social media. So many people do it that that it should be banned. I don't know why the managers don't make people leave their phones inside their cars while they are working. Because all they want to do is hurry up and do something, hurry up and cook something, undercook it, overcook it. They really don't give a shit. They really don't. Bacon, undercooked. From breakfast, lunch to dinner. And I'm like, it's so I stopped buying out, because it's a waste of money. You get something and you pay your hard-earned money for it, and it's not right. Undercooked or overcooked. Just bad tasting and man, why would you want to pay for something like that? I urge everybody, just cook at home, man. It's just, because to buy out now is a disaster. It really is. Everything, I remember years ago, a lot of years ago, pizza was good. You could get it from either chain, and it was good. It was cooked properly, and it was, now it's like it's half cooked. It's something that is just, Now a lot of people say the food has changed in other ways, such as, it's lab food now, or it's different. Now I don't know. I'm not an expert on that, but I know it's different. I know it's different. And I just, a lot of these chains, I stopped eating it a long time ago. I haven't ate McDonald's in over 20 years, maybe even longer than that. That's some of the most disgusting food that I have ever tasted in my life. Now, let me give you this though. Back when I was younger, McDonald's was A1. It was completely different. The French fries, the burgers, the milkshake, everything was good. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's lab grown or is it, but it's different now. And I wouldn't eat out for any time, and that's a shame. It really is, because it takes away something to look forward to. It really does. Like if you, only, eat out on the weekends, you want to take your wife or the family or your kids, you can't do that anymore because it's disgusting. I don't care where you go. It's disgusting. It's just cook at home, man, and even that food is different. So it's just, you have limited choices, but here we are. I tried to warn people about this years and years ago. I said, this is what we would be dealing with, And this is only the beginning. I mean, this is nothing. The complaints now, it's nothing compared to the complaints in the future. I'm telling you. Prepare yourself, please. Prepare yourselves, man. Prepare yourselves. And for God's sake, stop depending on AdSense. Because watch what happens. They're going to pull the plug from AdSense from everyone except the celebrities and certain law firms and these big chain people, and only they will be permitted and allowed to make money from AdSense. It's coming, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. And when it does, a lot of people, they're going to hurt severely. I've never seen so many people 100% dependent on AdSense. Quit their jobs. Don't work no other jobs. Trying to put up 15 to 20 videos a day, man. It's ridiculous. And they got a nerve to try to give out advice. You need the advice. Go and get a job. Why don't you have a job? And you're trying to depend on AdSense? Oh my God, man. It's just, it's like these people are hypnotized, and just cannot snap out of it. But they will when they are cut off, when that Dear John email reaches them. It's going to say the same thing to everybody. It's going to be a mass email. AdSense is no longer. We had a good run. That's it. Suicide rate going up. People going to be crying and moaning and groaning and, oh, this is racist and okay. But that's not going to help. See, that's the thing about it. That's not going to help. They're going to see all these people rushing out trying to get a job at the same time, fighting over a McDonald's application. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, watch. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Big news. Oh, yeah. Man, it's going to be big, huge news. I feel sorry for these people. I really actually do. Because they won't be prepared, man. They're going to be homeless. They're going to be part of the desperate people that's running inside these grocery stores, fighting over stealing a loaf of bread and milk. I'm telling you, it won't be funny. It won't. It'll be downright depressing is what it's going to be. And it's going to be dangerous. So please prepare yourselves.